OM goodness. I'm quoting Zootopia. It is so great to see you guys. Holy shiitake mushrooms, do I have a lot of information to talk about. Smash that like button, smash that share button. I don't want to rush through this, but I'm going to give you guys a radar sweep. We're going to go over models. I'm going to talk about all the severe weather we're expecting. It's going to be fun. The first thing I want to point your attention to, and let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Obviously, some of you are getting rain and hail already. I'll talk about that in a second. But say hello where you're tuning in from, and then smash that like and share button so that we can reach more people. So this is the current radar image, and obviously this is a little bit earlier than the forecast models were showing us. What we're seeing right now is that thermals have done what we call blow the cap. This morning in my forecast, I talked about a capping inversion. And a capping inversion happens when you get a layer of air above the ground that's warmer than its surrounding environment. That is not conducive for rising air, and you need rising air to produce thunderstorms. So what we have seen is an influx of moisture off the eastern plains. It is slammed into the front range, and some of these thermals have been strong enough to blow the cap. So we're actually getting some thunderstorm development right now in the northern portions of the metro, here just northeast of Thornton, around Todd Creek and Brighton. You're hearing some thunder and seeing some hail right now. As you go up the Highway 85 corridor, you're seeing around the Aristocrats, you're seeing some heavy rain right now. Fort Lupton, maybe even seeing some small hail. So we go back down towards the south and the southwest. Looks like there's a thunderstorm here trying to bubble up between Evergreen and Genesee. There has been some lightning strikes with this as well. And then as we go up the northern front range, this storm has weakened considerably, but it did pulse up a little while ago here on the north side of Loveland and has tracked towards the north-northeast over about the last 45 minutes to an hour. We are probably going to see this trend continue over the next several hours. So you're going to want to pay close attention to the details I have to give you guys here over the next, let's call it 20 minutes. I don't want to go any longer than that, but if we do, sorry, not sorry. So yeah, we're already seeing thunderstorms blow the cap. Many of you have sent pictures into me. They are beautiful cumulonimbus pictures, the big puffy cotton ball type clouds. Those are cumulonimbus clouds, which are thunder boomies. So let me get the radar out of the way really quick, and I want to go and show you guys the culprit behind all of our severe weather that's going to be happening through at least Thursday. This is the potent storm system just off of the California coast that is going to be quickly pinwheeling its way in our direction during the day tomorrow, and it'll be over the state of Colorado during the day on Thursday. So what you're looking at right now, this is called a METAR observation plot. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't expect you to know what the hell this is, but let me explain. So all of these barbs you're seeing, these are wind barbs, and the wind barbs are pointing in the direction the wind is coming from, okay? These red numbers are air temperatures. The green numbers underneath them are dew point temperatures. So right now it is 76 degrees here in Greeley at GXY at the airport with a 47-degree dew point. That is significant. We've seen a major increase in humidity here in northern Colorado over the last hour. Hence, the wind barbs are pointing directly towards the east. So that means the winds are coming out of the east. So if you've been in northern Colorado and you've noticed the blowy wind, it is coming directly out of the east. So we are seeing an influx of moisture coming into the front range off of the eastern plains, and that's what's helping these thermals blow the cap, and that's why we're getting thunderstorm development in northern Colorado. Yay, science! But check this out. This is Monument Hill, MNH. The wind barb is directly out of the south. Air temperature 72. The dew point is 12. So look how much drier it is here in southern Colorado. 90 degrees in Springfield with a dew point of 7. What? But if you go to the east about an hour into Dodge City, the dew point's 57. So there is a dry line in here somewhere that is going to be the focus of one of the areas of strong to severe thunderstorm development during the day tomorrow that I'm going to show you guys. But this is so freaking cool. I'm giddy because I haven't gotten to talk about thunderstorms and severe weather here in Colorado locally for years. And now we're finally in a weather pattern where we're seeing thunderstorms again. So I'm a little excited. Obviously, I don't wish ill on anybody. I hope none of you see any damage. But if you do, I have sponsors. They can help you. All right. So let's move forward a little bit. And I want to show you guys the high resolution model. This is the NAM Nest model. This is one of many forecast models I use to help me forecast the weather. Okay. Now, this is an estimation. This does not necessarily reflect what exactly is going to happen at the surface. Okay. If you're just joining me, say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from, smash the like and share button. And if you come into this video in the middle of it, that's okay. This is going to be recorded and it will be posted in its entirety at the end, okay? I wish I could zoom in. That's just something you're going to have to do on your end, especially if you have a mobile device. I'm doing my best here with what I have. So this is a NAM Nest model, and this is a high resolution model. And what you're seeing here is all of the shower and thunderstorm activity that's already ongoing in southeast Wyoming. If I zoom out, there's been shower and thunderstorm activity already in southeast Wyoming and also in the Nebraska Panhandle. The forecast models picked that up really well. And you can see them here reflected in the NAM Nest model. However, what the models have really struggled with is the convection here along the Continental Divide, here along the Front Range and the Eastern Plains. And the reason why they've struggled is they're having a hard time figuring out what exactly this moist air mass is doing on the Eastern Plains. Furthermore, they're really struggling with the dry air coming off of the mountains, which is downsloping our friends in southern Colorado. I showed you guys the difference in dew points. Models have really struggled with that. But what you're generally going to see over the next several hours, especially as we head after dark and going towards midnight, is you're going to see additional thunderstorm development explode along the northern Front Range, basically in Douglas County, Jefferson County, and points north through Boulder County, Larimer County, Weld County, and then going up the I-76 corridor. Now, let me emphasize something, and I cannot be more clear about this. I do not trust the models right now. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you are anywhere along the Front Range, especially in and north of Pueblo County, going up into El Paso County, Lincoln County, Douglas County, and including everybody else I just mentioned in northern Colorado, southeast Wyoming, and the Nebraska Panhandle, you need to be prepared tonight and going overnight and into early Wednesday morning for the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms, which will be capable of producing large hail and damaging winds. Let's pull up radar scope again. As you can see, we're already getting thunderstorms firing. This looks like it's got a pretty decent core on it between Thornton and Brighton. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is spitting out marbles. Okay. This may congeal with the storm around Fort Lupton and the Aristocrats to form one big cell. And then as we go throughout the late evening hours, especially after dark, we're probably going to see additional thunderstorm development after dark. So it could be a long night. Okay. So let me reiterate one more time. I do not trust the models. So anybody along the Front Range, the I-25 corridor, backing into the foothills, if you are in and north of Pueblo County, El Paso County, Lincoln County, getting into the Denver Metro, Douglas County, Arapahoe County, Jefferson County, Boulder County, Larimer County, Weld County, going up the I-76 corridor, southeast Wyoming, the Nebraska Panhandle. You need to be prepared tonight. Be prepared. Don't be surprised for the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour and hail potentially up to 2 inches in diameter, which is slightly bigger than golf ball size. And yes, that will produce damage. Now, as we move the model forward overnight and into early Wednesday morning, notice most of the thunderstorm activity exits off to the east into Nebraska, and I think many of you will wake up tomorrow morning with cloud cover. and scattered light rain showers. That concerns me for a couple of reasons. One, cloud cover inhibits the sun from heating up the ground. And if we have too much cloud cover, that's going to rob the atmosphere of a lot of the instability we need to produce thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. So that's something we need to watch very, very carefully. Cloud cover is good if you want to limit convective instability, limit convective available potential energy. It's bad if you want thunderstorms because we need heat, we need instability, and we need moisture to fuel thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. And that process gets screwed up if we have a bunch of cloud cover tomorrow morning. So that's something we need to watch very, very carefully. Let me loop this model forward. This is at noon. So, we might see the cloud cover burn off and get some sunshine here along the immediate front range. Could be some residual clouds left over on the eastern plains. And then as we go past 1 o'clock towards 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we see an explosion, a literal explosion of thunderstorms in the mountains. A literal explosion of thunderstorms along the dry line here in eastern Colorado, southeast Colorado, extreme southwest Kansas into northern northeast New Mexico, and the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. At the same time, we see an explosion of thunderstorms develop as the surface low develops here in eastern Colorado around what we call the triple point. I'm trying not to get too complicated here, but the triple point is where the warm front, the cold front, and the dry line all meet up in one location. So that means we're going to have 3 separate forcing mechanisms in Colorado tomorrow to produce thunderstorms. The dry line is going to be the first one, the warm front is going to be the second one, and the cold front being pulled in from the north is going to be the third one. And that's why I believe we have a good chance, depending on cloud cover tomorrow morning, of seeing widespread strong to severe thunderstorms with all modes of severe weather being in play here. All modes being damaging winds, large hail, and yes, I can't rule out a couple of tornadoes. The areas favored for tornadoes are going to be along and east of I-25 on the Palmer Divide, maybe eastern portions of Arapahoe County, east of the Denver Metro, and going into northern Colorado. So Weld County, Morgan County, Adams County, the I-76 corridor, I cannot rule out a tornado or two. Will everybody see tornadoes tomorrow? No. Relax. Not everybody, most of you are not going to see tornadoes tomorrow, but I cannot rule them out. Is every single one of you going to see severe weather tomorrow? No. But everyone needs to be prepared as if they are going to see severe weather tomorrow, because this model, like I said, is an estimation, meaning I cannot tell you where exactly the worst thunderstorms are going to take place tomorrow. But everybody tomorrow needs to be prepared as if you are going to see a severe thunderstorm. So expecting pretty wide spread coverage to occur, with convective initiation happening sometime between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon if you're along the front range in the eastern plains. As I loop this forward, it just gets nasty. We see a lot of thunderstorm activity here along the front range. We see thunderstorms with the dry line advancing eastward through Kansas. And then as we go into tomorrow night and through the overnight hours Wednesday, you guys are going to notice a very pronounced spin in the atmosphere. This is the kind of storm we would see typically in December or January. One of those mid-latitude cyclones, one of those spinny thingies. And this is where we get our deep upslope snowfalls along the front range in the springtime. December, January, February, going into March and April, but it's just way too warm. Instead of having all the ingredients to get a big front range upslope snowstorm, what we have instead is a big front range upslope thunderstorm event or rain event. So as we go overnight Wednesday into Thursday, you're going to see numerous rounds of thunderstorms and rain as the wind comes out of the east and pushes all this moisture up against the front range. At the same time, locally heavy areas of wet snow along the Continental Divide and in the mountains could dump up to This is so stupid. Up to 18 inches could fall in the highest elevations of the Continental Divide and the Central and Northern Mountains. This is a lot of great water. We need this desperately, and Mother Nature's just going to be like, hold my beer. This is going to be one of those situations where if you get caught underneath persistent training of thunderstorms, you could see 1 to 3 inches of rain going through Wednesday and Thursday. Depending on the exact track of the low, it may dry you out in extreme southern Colorado. I'll just have to monitor this in real time, and this is where you're going to need to continue to check in frequently for updates. I am updating on the Tiki Talk and the Twitter sphere, but obviously Facebook is the main platform for me, and I will continue to push out updates regularly. And then obviously scattered to numerous rain showers and thunderstorms as we continue through the day on Thursday. The dry line is probably going to, in tandem with the cold front, is probably going to develop additional thunderstorms here in western Kansas and Nebraska as we go into late Thursday evening and Thursday night. So there's another threat of strong to severe thunderstorms out here. With all modes of severe weather being damaging winds, large hail, and of course a few tornadoes can't be ruled out. So, and what's crazy is because of high pressure in the Midwest, that's actually going to slow this storm down and prevent it from really progressing eastward. So this storm is going to occlude and actually probably be around into the weekend. So we're looking at cooler temperatures, scattered rain showers, and possible thunderstorms through the day on Friday and potentially lingering through the weekend. So holy shnikes, I've got my work cut out for me. I'll sleep when I'm dead. So let's back this up. Let's go over this one more time. Let me go back to the radar. Okay, so I'm glad I have you guys on. So we now have a severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for southwestern Weld County and northwestern Adams County until 7 o'clock. So for the next 43 minutes. So at 6:11 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Todd Creek, or 16 miles north of Denver, and this is moving north at 15 miles per hour. You guys are getting updated in real time. How cool is this? 60-mile-an-hour winds, and this sucker is producing $half size hail. So if you are in Brighton or Bar Lake or Todd Creek, this storm is impacting you. So let's zoom in. Yeah, this sucker really blew up. So Todd Creek, here's Brighton, here's Highway 85, going north from Highway 76, or from I-76, if you will. Here's Fort Lupton, here's Dacono, here's Frederick, here's Firestone, here's the Aristocrat Ranchettes. This storm is moving north at 15 miles per hour. So if this storm is able to maintain its intensity, it is going to brush really close to Dacono, Frederick, and Firestone. I think it will stay just to the east of I-25. So Platteville, you'll eventually be under the gun if this storm is able to maintain its intensity. Gilchrist, Milliken, Johnstown, watch out. LaSalle, Evans, Garden City, eventually getting into the Greeley metropolitan area. Anyone to the north of this storm in Weld County and in Adams County, you need to watch this cell carefully. It is producing 60-mile-an-hour winds, and I believe it said $half-sized hail. So, yeah, here we go, folks. This is the beginning of our severe weather event that is potentially going to linger through at least Thursday, if not Friday. So let me cover this warning one more time. If you're just joining me, smash that like and share button, say hello, and of course I will continue to push out updates as frequently as I possibly can. This is a pretty bonkers looking storm. Let me pull up the there's actually a setting on the radar I can look at to show me what the hail core looks like. Yeah. So this is called vertically integrated liquid, or VIL. The radar beam is actually bouncing off of hailstones here in the updraft of this thunderstorm and is relaying back VIL densities of how big the hail might actually be in this thunderstorm. And we're looking at VIL core densities of up to 40 kilograms per meter squared. So those VIL densities, it's an estimation, but we're looking at potential hail size here in this thunderstorm of anywhere from $half size to golf ball size. So this will produce damage. So if you're in Todd Creek, if you're in Brighton, shelter now, away from windows, obviously. For those of you that have garages, park them inside if you can. Carpets, like carpet rugs, or some seen people tie mattresses to the top of their cars. Those are very effective. If you want to cover your vehicle, do it right now. Obviously, I would not do that in Todd Creek. You're already in the middle of a thunderstorm. You're going to get drenched or you're going to get hit in the head with hail. No bueno. Put on your helmet. If you're in Brighton, Fort Lupton, Dacono, Frederick, Firestone, take precautions right now as this storm continues to move towards the north. And if it maintains its intensity, it'll eventually get into the Platteville area, Gilcrest, so Highway 85 corridor. And I think it will stay just east of I-25, eventually getting into the Milliken, Johnstown area, LaSalle, Evans, Garden City, and Greeley. So let's go back to the radar reflectivity. So yeah, pretty nasty storm. There's a couple of really good cores on this. So here we go. I think it's going to be a long night for the Northern Front Range. Like I said, if you're anywhere along the Front Range from Pueblo County points northward, you need to be prepared tonight for the possibility of large hail and damaging winds. And we're already seeing that here in portions of Adams and Weld County. I will continue to push updates out religiously. You need to be vigilant and be prepared. Don't panic. The world's not ending. We just haven't had a forecast like this for quite some time. So I'm a little excited, but I need to urge extreme caution. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your butts. I'm not trying to downplay your concerns. I know many of you are concerned about hail. You're concerned about wind and tornadoes. I get that totally. Relax. Everything's going to be all right. Just have a plan, be prepared, and I will continue to push out updates on all of my platforms as often as I need to. I'm going to cut this short because my my messages are just I'm getting obliterated here. So I appreciate you guys' time and attention. Thank you so much. We'll get through this together. And be safe, stay healthy, take care of each other. Don't be dum-dums. We'll talk soon. This is being recorded. You can go back and watch it again from the beginning if you so desire to torture yourself. Okay, great. Thanks. Bye.